Might.
Alright, guys, this is Seven Federation here with guests. Introduce yourselves.
I am Nero Germanicus on YouTube, and we're going to rustle some jimmies, especially the likes of black supremacists.
I'm Del 2SA, your typical nationalist on the channel. The only nationalist, I think.
Yeah, and you're black, right? Just to prove it.
Mulatto, I'm mixed race.
Yeah, you make right. Yeah, but you have black in you, right?
Yeah, that's what a mulatto is. It's a mix.
And would you admit being mixed race? And that means you're still a minority, right?
Yeah, I'm still a minority, of course. Like, not 9% of people are mixed.
Do you agree that reverse racism exists?
Yeah, mainly against whites. Primarily against the main things against white people because evil whitey shit nigga.
Yeah, also it's racist for you to believe that black people should receive special treatment for the so-called racism in our society against them.
Like there's no...
And the actions of the past have nothing to do with whites of today. Like, dude,
really
slavery existed 100.
Learn from the past and don't repeat it. Let's just learn what we did wrong in the past and don't bring it up.
Yeah, but like, slavery was 150 years ago, was abolished or outlawed 150 years ago. And almost none of the slave owners at the time are alive today. None, unless someone can live up to 200 years. But unless that happened, no slave owner from back then exists today. So why are you punishing white people for the actions of their ancestors? Hell, most white people in the United States, I believe, have no relation to slave owners.
Unless you're in the South.
Yeah, but I live in the South, and my family comes from the Ukraine and Ireland, and they do not own slaves.
It depends what kind of families, though. Maybe if
my family was born during the Holodomor. My grandmother was born in the Ukraine, right after the Holodomor was finished, which the Finnish Bolshevik denied. So fuck you for denying the genocide my family went through.
Jefferson's. If your last name's like Jefferson or Jackson, like mine's Jackson, basically. So more likely you kind of came from a slave family or something. I might have been a slave at some point.
Yeah, my parents.
Jefferson, maybe.
My grandparents. My grandparents were enslaved by the Communist Party. So fuck you and your slavery. And by the way, we're gonna make some offensive jokes here and there. And
yeah, he was offensive when I said like as a joke. I was a short joke saying I challenge you and your boyfriend's that. To a live debate. He was so upset of that. He was like, "What?"
He calls you and Ethan like boyfriends. Like that's what these idiots do. They'll sit and they'll mock you for stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, do you want to start this?
Yeah, just start
Hold on. I just want to say one last thing. We still think Robert Mugabe looks like a monkey, and if black supremacists like Shango is watching this, we just want to say one thing: your tears are absolutely delicious. And you know what? Your tears are more delicious than the KFC you eat at every day. Oh, I offended you!
Oh my god.
Oh god.
That's really take it as racism, dude. Shit, better be careful, nigga.
I don't care. I like offending people, so let's go.
It seems that Lewis has made another video to me. I can already foresee how stupid this is gonna be. And I really didn't even want to respond to this. I don't want to watch this.
Then why the fuck are you responding?
Then why? Ow! Turn it down, Ethan.
All right.
Turn off Lewis's shitty intro.
When you guys want me to pause and stuff, let me know. All right.
All right. We'll just say shut up. Okay, let's go.
Jesus, this is stupid. Okay. The intro is so horrible that it always makes me laugh and cringe.
Oh, because Puerto Rico. Is that okay?
The video is called
racist. Racist. Insulting my flag.
I assume that.
What?
He's racist for insulting my flag.
No, he just he just doesn't get. He's like, how are you so proud of this? Yet you're Puerto Rican. You're part of the your American territory. Like, how do you get? I'm born in the state.
Okay, two things about that, Lewis. Puerto Ricans are not a race; they are a nationality.
Yeah, I agree. There's people like to say that Hispanics are a race, but we're just mixed, man.
I mean, here's the thing about that: like
separated into different classes. The misitos. I'm mostly considered misitos. All right.
But I know that.
Half white and half Indian, American Indian. that settled in
Whatever said.
Central South
Mexicans are like
America.
have like
Yeah,
some kind of
I mean,
Aztec relation to Spanish or something.
I say this to anyone, for example, who would say that Donald Trump is racist because he opposes illegal immigration from Mexico. Mexicans are also not a race. They are a nationality. You can't be
Illegal
racist.
immigrant is not a race, you morons.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's European illegal. There's
like,
European illegal immigrants here.
yeah, like you
You're-
consider
you're a
Hispanics
fag.
as a race, but look at Delta, he's mixed. Should he be considered a different, entirely new kind of race?
No.
It's called being mulatto or mixed race. Mixed
Yeah,
race.
also-
My subcategory is mulatto, black and white.
Here's the second thing about that. Have you ever thought that colonialism could actually improve infrastructure, improve life expectancy, and thus would give Puerto Rico the 90% approval rating that it has now? Ever thought about that Finnish Bolshevik, that imperialism isn't always as bad as you think it is? Because
Well,
every society that's
It can be negative. Like, I'm going to admit
Yeah,
the U.S. has
I
done some
don't
pretty.
agree with colonialism. And I will say the reason why Puerto Rico is in large debt is because it's like people say it's a colony, but it's not really not. Since the
Colony would be sending white people or sending people from the U.S. to settle
and
there. That's a
what's
colony.
the point? And what's the point? We don't have any resources. Like we have resources, but it's not like it's resources that America is not interested. Like when America is not interested in sugarcane because they grow sugarcane in Florida and Louisiana.
Alright,
The most ironic thing here is that Lewis is implying that because I'm an anti-fascist, therefore I'm supposedly a fascist. The most funny thing is that people like him usually are like Pinochet supporters, Batista supporters.
Pinochet was not even a fascist, though. He was economically a neoliberal.
Yeah, fascists are really anti-liberal, anti-communist.
I mean, however, it would depend on what you mean by fascism. Like, in far-right circles, the Roman Empire would be considered orthodox fascism, because you have the imperialism, the authoritarian state, the high preservation of culture, the occasional nationalism here and there. You know, the Roman Empire was essentially an early form of fascism, and if you define fascism as advocacy for a strong central government that's authoritarian in some way, shape, or form, militarism, nationalism, and amongst other things, then anyone can be a fascist. Pinochet would be a fascist in that sense. However, that is not what happened. Especially
Economically,
if you
it's...
Yeah, but fascist militarism and possibly nationalism and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, economically, he was far from fascist.
Yeah. I mean, a true fascist economy would be survival of the fittest. You would have the government favoring...
Yes, third positionist. It takes
third position.
Darwinist. You have some Darwin elements there.
Yeah, they take social Darwinism.
Okay, let's
Social Darwin. You have
Yeah, let's
public
continue.
health.
No. Let me.
It's actually a good discussion.
Let me finish.
Because he's saying,
I have this one thing to say. It's important. I did what I said. Today's fascists of the day will call themselves anti-fascists. I was referencing Winston Churchill with his quote, "Fascists of the future will call themselves anti-fascists." And he was referring to the Soviet Union when they made the West bloc on the Eastern bloc of the Eastern bloc.
and they started doing stuff like that. Huh, that's interesting.
He was
Well, on the whole
referring to-
economics, fascists, like on certain stances, they do support like things like nationalized healthcare and certain things. But some things like some groups like there's mainly National Socialists. They're a little bit more market oriented rather than
Would you
having
consider
strong centralized.
Would you consider it a right-wing socialism?
National Socialism. Well, they view National Socialists view socialism entirely different than Marxists do.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
National
I'm
Social...
talking about like.
And with Bothism as well.
I'm not talking about Marx socialism. I'm talking about socialism because socialism has obviously existed before Marx.
But socialism-
Robert Owen.
What socialism means is almost just it's completely like it's just
vague.
it doesn't mean much.
It's vague now.
It's stupidly vague, yeah, just like capitalism.
I mean, like, on Wikipedia it says that socialism is any economic system that advocates for social ownership or control or regulation of the economy. But yet, what if for example, let's say an economy combines capitalism and socialism to the extent where you can own private property, you can build your own businesses and whatnot, but there's a lot of regulations in place, so workers are a top priority. In fact, there's even like
Hence,
there's like community
syndicalism?
councils.
Like
Like
syndicalism?
there's community councils, and like consumer cooperatives would regulate private businesses. Would
Oh,
that be
like
socialist?
co-ops, like class cooperation. Oh, something like the phalange you're bringing up, or
No. I mean like a hypothetical economy where like consumer councils.
I don't. It can't be that.
No. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying like, what if an economy still allows
Oh,
private
okay. Continue.
workers?
Now let's continue.
Okay, but
Yeah.
when did anyone ever say anything about supporting Franco? Although, look, I'm not. But the thing is, Franco, he did help save the Jews though from Nazi Germany.
Oh, him and Hitler kind of had a fight after a while. He's like, "Oh, get in the war." He wanted them like to invade Gibraltar. He's like, "Nope." It's like, "Nah." I don't blame him either. It's like one thing to finish Bolshevik. Most of the leftists don't know I left the left altogether. In that case, I would say Franco is better than the Spanish Republic that you Marxists praise so much. Might have been strong and authoritarian, but
It was a democratically elected government, you fool!
they killed
Such
Vatican.
democratic.
They
Yeah.
killed Vatican clergymen and things like that. They're pretty
Yeah,
nasty.
the thing
I
is,
don't think
people
anything
think, oh, it's democratic, but all these dictators like Saddam Hussein, you might
Which
say
leftist-
Vladimir Lenin, or you might even say Hitler. They were all elected, democratically elected. There
Saddam
was
Hussein was not a leftist, though.
elected.
He was a Baathist. He was
I
a
said
Baathist.
elected, not leftist.
Okay, sorry.
Well, there was
But
one leader before Saddam, and he kind of took his place after, like in
Yeah, he was,
1979 or something like that. There was one guy
Yeah,
before. I don't know
but
his
he
name.
was an
When did
election.
anyone say
He was
anything
an
about
election, though.
Okay, let's get back on topic. We're getting kind of
Yeah, because like we're getting off topic. It's almost like we're not making a response.
yeah. We
He
gotta.
said Mussolini.
Well, he got on the intro, and the intro's not even related. The intro's completely
Yeah, let's go.
unrelated.
You know,
Yeah.
Thatcher, the friend.
Thatcher, a fascist, really?
Thatcher
honestly-
is not a fascist, you idiot. God.
Tony Blair was better than Thatcher, in my opinion, but let's not quibble about that.
Oh, Margaret Thatcher's a fascist. I've heard stuff about that. I think even
Tony
Mason did something like
Blair.
that on DeviantArt. I showed that. Okay, hold on, sorry, but on the posting about the whole DeviantArt thing, that Mason, she made this thing about how Margaret Thatcher's like, oh, 12 things of fascism. I showed it to some National Socialists, and they're like, okay, seriously, she's a fascist.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lady who
they're
legalized gay marriage and stuff like that in Britain.
Yet National Socialists are just laughing, thinking, oh, really?
Pinochet. So again, you guys are literally fascist supporters. So
Oh no, they're not. They're
stupid.
pause it. Okay, finish Bolshevik. Okay, they're not fascist supporters. Ethan doesn't support fascism. Luis doesn't support fascism. The only one that supports fascism is me. That's about it.
Oh, by the way, okay, remember
What?
that documentary, The Greatest Story Never Told, about Adolf Hitler, that documentary? The thing is, that creator of that documentary made also another documentary series called Communism by the Back Door. He's a fascist. He's a huge National Socialist. He believes that communists are trying to establish a new world order. And you know what he said? He said that Thatcher was a communist.
What?
In that series.
Huh?
Yes, he said Thatcher was a communist and a Jew
both are
supporter.
retarded.
Yeah,
That's
that's
bad.
retarded.
That is bullcrap. She's not a fascist, or she was a freaking capitalist, for fuck's sake.
Hey, Delta, so you know how you said that you're the only one who supports fascism in
Oh,
this
yeah.
live stream?
Or the whole center right in general, just the center right period.
Just watch how the Finnish Bolshevik is gonna use the fact that because you're in this live stream, he's gonna use that guilt by association fallacy.
Oh, Social Democrat did that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm center left, in all honesty, but I support a free market, a general welfare state, and stuff like that. But
Oh, like the EU?
Shut the fuck up.
All right, let's start.
Let's
EU's
go.
ass.
Now continue.
Remember when I made that video debunking the Finnish Bolshevik? Well,
Yeah, it was fucking stupid.
That's the Finnish Bolshevik.
Yeah, so stupid that you couldn't even make a proper response. All you did was
What?
ad hoc him.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was ad hominem. Like, he wasn't attacking Lewis's argument about him debunking the Finnish Bolshevik. He just said, it's just fucking stupid. Like, that's not an argument, you dimwit.
If you watch the response video, all him and that other guy Raven kept doing was just pausing the video and just laughing at the background of the video, laughing at his fedora hat, and laughing at all this
Oh,
unrelated.
that's shit. Oh, come on. That's like.
Yeah.
I'll admit,
Lewists have no argument.
Luis is not the sharpest tool in the shed, but that's dumb. Laughing at
Come
some
on.
of their dumb arguments. I'm being honest
Like,
here.
I don't even get it. Like, how come he used to use that How come he doesn't use that argument to criticize the nostalgia critic for wearing his tie wrong? Like, it's ridiculous.
Or like how they're attacking Luis's dumb little thing. It's saying, I was saying.
Here's the thing, Lewis. Nostalgia critic's a capitalist because he uses his capital to make money privately. He's a capitalist pig, so he should die. These big YouTube stars, even socialists like Lassie Green, they make private investments.
Oh, she's not. Lacey Green's a socialist?
Yes. At least
Oh my
as far as I
God.
know.
Oh my gosh, she a Marxist or some weird or some like Bernie
I
Sanders?
have no
cuck?
idea, but most people
Probably-
consider her a
she's-
cultural Marxist.
She's probably a Sanders cuck. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, she supports Bernie Sanders.
Revolve.
Bernie Sanders.
I'm responding to. Is this music necessary?
Look,
It's
see,
just
I
it's for
don't think
entertainment.
commenting on the most irrelevant stuff ever.
Get that
Come
guy.
on, that music smashes. I'm trying to entertain my viewers while making a point. He's saying I should make the video all boring and just make
Oh, look
it
at me!
popular,
Look,
no
look what I
music.
did. I made a video on feminism. I threw a game in the background just for shits. Like, okay, here you go. Watch this. Why talk?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
like,
it's just for
I
entertainment
wouldn't be
value.
surprised.
This
I
isn't
wouldn't
even a
be
point.
surprised if he's gonna say, "What does that Puerto Rican flag have to do with Zimbabwe?" He might say that.
This isn't even a point. Like, who cares if Lewis decides to have music?
Who cares? It's
Like, you can express that you don't like Lewis's music taste if he actually likes this music, but in the long run, the music that he plays is utterly irrelevant to the topic at hand.
Yeah,
Stick to the point.
Most people in my racially kind listen to
yeah,
rap.
I'll admit, the music I play is horrible, but that's what I have to deal with because of stupid copyright claims. So I think
Yeah,
it's-
intellectual property is stupid, in my opinion. It should be abolished.
Alright.
This is video.
Just as expected, instead of debunking
Pause it. Freaking monkey.
Wait, he's gonna respond. He's gonna say, "Oh, okay."
La 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 la, Lewis is a racist, la la la, please don't believe.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is so dumb.
Like your mom! Like your
But like your mama? I'm kidding.
Alright, do you guys have anything to add? Hold on,
No,
let's get to this
no,
part.
No, he's just nitpicking. He's not even
Come on, let's focus on the argument.
Just nitpicking, ain't doing shit.
Trust. Why the fuck do you like? That's fucking fantastic. Okay, fuck you.
Raven wishes to use a gender-neutral name. Why is it so hard to accept? Lewis seems to make a concerted effort to not do this. Would I not be justified in calling him transphobic for this?
How is Luke?
Okay, hold on. Before I get
Okay,
onto this
hold on.
Finnish Bolshevik, fuck your gender neutral crap. It's freaking disgusting.
Okay, I
Freaking
agree.
degenerate fag.
I agree that we should respect the pronouns of non-binary identified individuals.
Oh, come on!
I don't give a
That's his
shit.
real legal
Oh
name.
my
Use it
God.
on his Facebook page. How come
Yeah,
I
but
cannot call
it's
him
true,
that?
but I just don't care. I really don't care. This is not a point. This is not a legitimate point. Regardless of your stance on transgender rights, this is not a legitimate point. Lewis is using the pronoun that is axiomatically going to be used in his Facebook page, as he just said. So this is not a point, Finnish Bolshevik. Plus, how is not using one's proper pronouns, especially with a lack of knowledge on the pronouns that this person uses, transphobic? Do you even know what transphobic means?
No, I don't think he does. He's an idiot.
It means irrational fear or hatred of transgender and non-binary identified individuals. Lewis, do you hate transgender people? Like, do you?
There's a lot of transgender people in my school.
Yeah, I mean, do you believe that transgender people should be denied the medical care that they need?
Oh, they should have equal rights as everyone, which I explained in the video saying, equality is not realistic, and he starts defending, he actually defended segregation, actually. I'm not kidding.
If you go further into the video, he said something about how all people, all like races and stuff should be divided. He said something like that earlier on in the video.
Okay, hold on. Let me say something about the whole thing he said about the whole transphobe. You could technically consider me as quote unquote transphobic just because my conservative attitudes.
Yeah, we don't give a shit, Delta. Lewis, like, do you believe that, like, for example, like, here's the thing about that. Lewis, so far the only so-called cure for gender dysphoria is hormonal replacement therapy and surgery. Do you believe a government should deny transgenders this necessary health care?
Well, I believe in a free market. Like, okay, if there's, I would support that in a corporate society. Yes, I will support it.
Okay, but like,
continue with the video.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, I want to hear the arguments.
The dumb. Ooh, my pronouns. Oh, shut up. Finish Bolshevik. You're a faggot.
Go back to Tumblr.
I mean,
Yeah, why don't you and Raven go back to your fucking safe spaces?
Yeah, go back to your safe space. I know he's gonna come on Friday Night Shit Post.
Oh, he's here.
Transphobia.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
I mean, last time too, you were saying some like homophobic bullshit. You were like, "Oh, is he your boyfriend?" Like,
that's not homophobic.
Cut.
Let me make a point. Okay, I made this point to Ethan. Poking fun at gay couples is not homophobic. Okay, I made fun of Lewis and Scotty being in a relationship. That's not homophobic.
Oh, I thought that was funny, actually.
That was just me making a joke.
Yeah, me ran around the left. I was laughing at that. I thought it was funny when I was on the left, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a joke. It's not homophobic.
And I didn't even say that. I simply say you and your boyfriend Zach. I didn't say, "Oh, is that your boyfriend?" No, I said his boyfriend and Tommy and his boyfriend Zach. Like, because they always do the same. Like, they didn't even invite people, a variety of people. He just used the same exact person, Raven, in each of his video responses. Surprisingly, he was not in that video response. He was all alone, and you could tell in the background he's crying.
All right. Let's play the part. I want to hear what he says right here.
Hold on a second, Ethan. I just want to say one thing. Fine.
Wait,
okay.
Can I get to say something?
No. Oh my God, Louis! Shut up.
Let me say something. Okay. Also, most of you leftists are extreme hypocrites for two reasons. One, you constantly poke fun at right-wing gay couples all the time. You used to ship Ethan with Lewis. Also, Finnish Bolshevik, you are friends with a whole bunch of Islamists, such as Banner of the People, who believe that gays who practice their sexual behavior should be executed. So stop calling people homophobic when you support Islamism against so-called U.S. imperialism, and when you
Zionists,
you poke fun at gay couples, even gay couples that don't even exist, like Lewis and Ethan being
Can I
together.
make a joke? Oy Allah, save us. It's like another Israel.
I should have just put a trigger warning in the beginning, just to like.
Dude, all the way Finnish Bolshevik, the Zionists you very hate, they protect gay rights better than your Islamists do, so...
I want to respond to this part right here where he says you're a fucking despicable human being, Lee.
I mean, no, he isn't, but what the fuck is that? Like, fuck you, you're a despicable human being.
Yeah, says the white-gilled riddle little bitch.
Oh my, yeah, I'm sure he wants to kill me right now. He wants to kill me. No wonder he subscribes to vegan games.
Look
no
at
wonder
this.
he supports Stalin. No wonder he supports all these mass killing dictators. He wants all these rightists to be killed. They want them in gas chambers. They want to put them in helicopters. Free helicopter rides for capitalists. Just.
Okay, I think Finnish Bolshevik is like he's freaking pathetic, dude. He freaking supports a guy who invaded his home nation of Finland. Come on, dude. That's like the most treasonous freaking thing I've ever seen. National traitor, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah. Plus, you have white guilt, dude. You have white guilt.
Finland didn't even do anything. It was part of the Swedish Empire, then part of Tsarist Russia. It's done nothing.
watch him call me a racist just because. Let me just save it. Let me just save the Finnish Bolshevik the troubles, because I know he's just gonna do this if he makes a response.
Easy.
You're a racist. You're a fascist. You're a neo-Nazi, and you're a scumbag.
Yeah, he's probably gonna call you a neo-Nazi. It's like, how are you a neo-Nazi? I wouldn't even be here if you were a neo-Nazi. I'd be like, fuck
But then
off. I
again-
don't want to associate with you.
These are people like Social Democrata 1 who would go on Tom's like list, he would like stalk the like list, and then he would go to a video and say, "How dare you like a black man's music video? You're a neo-Nazi. You should only support white artists." And
That sounds racist and it's very self. Is
Okay,
he
can we continue with the video now?
Yeah.
I wanna.
God, how dare you support black people?
Can you, Brennan, shush!
Fine, fine, fine.
It just doesn't work.
It just makes it worse.
It's so true though. Like, what the fuck is with the capitalist flags?
But that's not an argument. Not
Okay,
an
hold
argument.
I'm gonna say this. One thing I'm gonna say here to you guys real quick is that we need to stop just talking over each other, because most of these leftists think our live streams are a joke.
Yeah. Let's take turns. Like,
Luis,
I'm thinking of just putting I'm thinking of making asking Scott to make a video response.
Luis, stop interrupting me.
okay, like, let me just say something. We should start taking turns, okay? This is kind of getting out of
Okay.
hand. When I'm making a point, and Delta, you're guilty of this too, I try to make a point, and then you make a joke while I'm making the point, okay? We need to take turns. Like, whoever says cut first, or whoever starts talking and there's a pause, then stop talking, and just let the person finish his point. Let's just do that very quickly. Can we agree to that term?
Yeah, we need,
Yeah.
we need a set of rules. I would agree with that. I've cracked the joke. He says something about gays, and
Yeah,
I'm
but I want to continue with
like,
the
Luis,
video.
stop interrupting me. I'm gonna start doing free flow. Shut the fuck up, Luis. Shut the fuck up, Luis. You're interrupting me again.
This is like a parody.
And pointing out leftist conspiracy theories.
In
Cut.
like in the late 20s, the went conspiracy.
Delta.
Yes, you leftists have loads of conspiracies about how the West controls all of everything, and that how we created all this terrorism. Like, you people are just as guilty as conspiracies as
Oh
neo-Nazis.
yeah,
dude.
that's
You're
that's-
just as guilty of this shit. You can't go, oh, we don't believe in conspiracies. Lily says
Yeah.
that the evil Americans and the Zionists control ISIS or something stupid. I'm like, oh, fuck off. That sounds retarded.
Yeah,
Even if it's
I-
true, it's dumb. Sounds like a conspiracy. No one's going to believe you with that kind of attitude. I don't know if people think you're stupid.
Yeah, it's true because, for example, Mason Snyder or Rescue TV believes in FEMA camps.
Oh, the commies are going to be put in the FEMA camps by the evil American conspiracy.
Yeah, like come on, like
My
they
God.
believe in stuff.
Dude, it's
that-
anti-Americanism.
Dude, and
Anti-
I mean, it's just social justice warriors perpetuating stupid conspiracy bullshit like, oh, I'm being oppressed just so they can think they've won an argument, they've won the debate. Oh, you want to imprison all of us commies? This is proof of a right-wing conspiracy. I mean, it's just social justice warrior bullshit.
It's retarded.
It's
Dumb.
autistic.
But like I've said, like me and Delta have said, the problem in this world are the social justice warriors and the storm fags.
True.
Bolsheviks kind of are included in that, in my view.
Delta-
Liberals and
Delta-
Bolsheviks, mainly.
So do you remember how when Hero Nowhere Man re-uploaded our video with him? Did you see all the racism we were dealing with?
Oh,
with
yeah!
in the comment section of the video, it was just a lot of racism being said to me and Delta.
You mulatto buffoon, you don't understand American history. Yeah, yes, I do, freaking white faggot. Of course I understand history.
Well, continue. You're gonna point out something.
There is okay. This has to be good. They first started the grain procurements. They Bulgarian said that they wouldn't work, but they. How is this a conspiracy?
Now cut right there. I was talking about him making the procurement plans, and then he later talks about how they had deported Ukrainians and asked how the famine ended.
Okay.
How's that? That is a conspiracy theory, right, Brandon?
Conspiracy.
That is not a conspiracy theorist. In fact, some of my family members who lived in the Ukraine were deported by Stalin because they failed to meet grain quotas. They were deported to Nazi Germany for their Germanic ancestry.
That sounds like right-wing conspiracy theory. Dee-dee.
Yeah, they always call anything that contradicts some right-wing conspiracy or right-wing propaganda. So
They
why don't we
have
start calling
conspiracy with
anything
them.
leftist propaganda from now on?
Yeah. Oh, they have their own.
Let me say something. Both sides of the political spectrum are guilty of perpetuating conspiracy theories. You guys ever heard of the Zeitgeist movement? They believe 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh,
Sky
yeah, I've
Guy,
heard
yeah,
Marcus
Sky
say
Guy,
that.
yeah, Sky Guy was a member of the Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
here's the thing about them. They believe 9/11 was an inside job and that jet
Brandon.
fuel can't melt steel beams. Both sides of the political spectrum are guilty of perpetuating conspiracy theories.
Hold on, let me say something real quick. I'm gonna say this. Mainly National Socialists, I've seen them like they say it's the Jews, or you have the leftists. They're saying it's the Zionists in America controlling all this stuff. It's like, well, they don't perpetuate the Zionists, but they try to like say evil America and and evil this, evil that. It's like it's the edgy anti-Americanism within the movement.
Coming back.
They're really edgy anti-Americans, and that America is like they replace Jews with the United States, and we're responsible for every inch of suffering that happens.
But, like, regardless, I mean, leftists like the resource-based economy technocrats or the pro-Islamist socialist monarchists on the left, or you have the right-wing national socialists or the free market advocates like Ron Paul, both sides of the political spectrum do, in fact, perpetuate conspiracy theories on some level. Oh, and by the way, Islamism is right-wing in every way, shape, and form.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Like, I don't get why the Free Flow would support Islam so much when it's clearly an extremely right-wing ideology. Why are leftists so in love with it?
I have no idea. Because evil Western Israelis and Americans, that's why. Evil Israel and evil America. Shit, nigga.
I bet you these communists like to replace the word Jew with Zionist.
Or American, or just with like the United States. Like, the Americans control all the terrorists, so therefore they're the evil terrorists of the world.
Like, for example, I brought this up once in a private chat with a communist. I asked him, okay, what would you do if Christians, radical right Christians, wanted to overthrow the government, establish a dominionist. A dominionist overthrows the government and establish Mosaic law, and that means including killing adulterers and killing homosexuals who practice their sexual interests.
Would that mean like a...
And he says, wait, hold on, Delta. Now, the communists said they need to be killed because they're trying to establish a theocracy, but then I said, what if a Muslim tries to establish Sharia law? Sharia law is almost the exact same thing as Mosaic law. And he says, Muslims are oppressed, so they have the right to kill gays.
Oh, what the That's a
So
hypocrisy.
it's a double standard. It's a double standard.
Hold on,
They would
okay.
support Sharia theocracy, but not Mosaic theocracy.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
I
let
don't
me
even-
let me say
even
something about the
get it.
Mosaic part. That that'd basically be a Orthodox Judaism because that's where they should. I don't think most modern Christians don't follow the Mosaic stuff really
But
anymore.
then again, you have people like Sarah Palin who are Dominionists. You ever heard of Dominionism?
Oh, is that like a sect where they're all like that Mosaic crap and things like that?
Dominionists are basically Christians who want to establish a Western Christian theocracy based on Old Testament biblical laws.
Wow.
So, and
Well, I
you're
reject that. I'll tell you right now, Brandon, I don't accept that because mainly in the New Testament, the just shall live by faith and not by the works of the law.
All right, let's start
The whole
this.
fulfillment thing. I'll talk about that after the stream. I'll talk about the whole fulfillment of the law and after that afterwards.
Yeah, I already know about that. So let's go.
Worked really well, so that's why they started using them. Well, how is that a conspiracy?
That's my
Every
mom.
history, even Western history books say that. Where's the conspiracy?
I wasn't
Okay, pause. There. The majority of U.S. history class talks about the Holodomor being a genocide. Canada believes that. Spain, almost all of Latin America, Ukraine, Georgia, all these nations agree it's a genocide. Like,
You could say there was a genocide here in the States against natives.
and there's even a guy who wrote a book, and he lives in Los Angeles, who says that the Armenian genocide was a hoax.
Turk.
He
Only
was
Turks deny it. dude. And the Turks, they don't. If you accept it, like they'll try to cut your relations off.
Yeah,
with
the
you.
guy
They're
was
that,
Turkish. He
Turkey's
said.
that picky. Turks are that freaking picky about it.
Yeah,
It'd be like if
mine
the
too.
Nazis, like Germans tried to deny the Holocaust or something like that. It's
All right.
well, Germans got like white guilt, which is really sad. I think that's sad, but
Yeah, they have white guilt just like the Finnish Bolsheviks. That's all you
it's
have to
sad. But you shouldn't be like total in denial. But you shouldn't be like totally a guilt idiot either.
Yeah, you should be in denial, but you should have to be guilt. You don't have to feel guilty about something that.
Yeah,
you're
like the
not
Native
responsible
Americans, I
for.
don't feel super guilty, but I'm not going to deny it happened.
Exactly.
Because I'm saving my knowledge for another video. I'm talking about you, Comrade Pharaoh.
Oh, isn't he the one who made the video to on Red Scare TV's channel about the
Yes,
Halada?
yes, I'm doing that. But probably later, because I want to do a Donald Trump video and then make a video.
I helped Nate
Just-
write the script. Give me credit, Lewis. I helped you write part of the script.
Yes, I'm gonna have a big ending, like you gotta mention your name.
All right, thank you.
Also, I was
Okay.
planning to make part 2.
What the fuck was that?
I'm sure that your response to Pharaoh will be
Hold up.
stupid to your other videos.
Yeah.
Come on, Finnish Bolshevik. You're like, okay, Come on, dude.
All he's doing is just commenting on everything, every single little detail.
You're wasting our time.
That's the fucking point.
Dude, we're wasting my time. We really just need to. We shouldn't even go through all of it. It's freaking dumb. It's just catching.
Oh, you're gonna tell.
All right,
So
let's go
stupid.
right here because like I said, he comments on everything, so it's just time for us to like focus on his arguments instead.
Time to dive into Mugabe, the monkey.
The one who didn't do nothing.
That it hurts
Go.
my head. Jesus Christ, man. That's literally what Nazis say. You don't see that? It
Oh wait, hold up. What did Luis say that made him say that?
was 2 wars.
Oh,
but
that.
one of them was
Oh
called-
yeah, he says that since I say there's a white genocide in Zimbabwe, that makes me a racist.
Nazism.
Ah, come on, you deny the doctor's plot, and the Nazis deny that.
I was mentioning the white genocide in Zimbabwe.
Oh God, this is so stupid that it hurts my
God.
Christ, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Freaking Finnish Bolshevik defending the monkey.
Mugabe didn't do
Freaking.
nothing.
Yeah, he's a freaking like, dude. Finnish Bolshevik. You don't understand. Mugabe's a fucking monkey, dude. He looks like a freaking monkey. It's not because he's blind, because he actually looks like a monkey. It has nothing to do with race. It's just he literally looks like a monkey.
I mean, Thomas Saul is black, and he doesn't look like one.
Yeah, it doesn't mean just because you're black, it doesn't mean nothing.
I mean, to be fair, we are all apes. I mean, I know you disagree with evolution, Delta. I know you believe that dinosaurs coexisted with mankind 6,000 years ago, but in all honesty, based on objective facts, all human beings are just really intelligent apes, and that's about it, really. We're just hairless, intelligent apes in the long run. So I guess everyone is racist who believes that evolution is a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of white people that also look like monkeys too. So it's nothing race related.
Yeah, even Abraham Lincoln looks like a monkey.
Look at Ken Ham. Okay. You guys ever heard of Ken Ham, that creationist?
Oh, Ken Ham.
Yeah.
He looks like a monkey. He looks like a monkey. He looks like a huge monkey too, and he's white. I guess
Just like
we're
Robert
racist.
Mugabe. Just like Mugabe.
Yeah. I mean, all of us are going to look like monkeys, and that's because we are related to them.
And plus, so like, you know how you guys were just saying, how can you defend Robert Mugabe? It's just remember, white guilt riddled people will defend their enemies.
They'll defend Islamists. Still defend white people who hate white people. It's just like retarded. It's freaking like typical leftist trash of whitey's pure evil. Freaking Mugabe didn't do nothing type. Mentally freaking retarded. White guilt, freaking faggots. You could say cultural Marxist degenerate, whatever you want to call them. Transvestite fags. I don't care. It's just.
Alright.
That's literally what Nazis say. You don't see that? That is literally
Cut.
what
Oh
Nazis
my god. Okay, hold on, Delta, before you make your point, I just want to say one thing. This is a guilt by association fallacy. Genetic fallacy. Genetic fallacy is when you look at a person's conclusion and you say that conclusion is automatically wrong because of the sources that it provides. Like, Lewis believes that there's a white genocide in Zimbabwe, and yes, a lot of neo-Nazis use that as an argument that we should have an all-white immigration policy, and that we should have a right to a white nation. And that might be true. However, that does not mean that Lewis's point is automatically wrong. This is a guilt by association fallacy and a genetic fallacy. Just because Lewis believes that there's a white genocide going on does not mean that he automatically supports neo-Nazis.
And later
That
on, he
just-
talked about Tutu, and he says to
Voice. Let me speak. I was about to say that's the same point white nationalists bring up, but does that mean it's wrong?
No.
No, it's happening there. They say, "Oh, white genocide in the West." It's I don't know about that, but I know in Zimbabwe with Mugabe's "I hate white people," it's totally fine when black people hate whites, but when whites do it, it's racism. And only white people can be racist.
Yeah, Shango believes this as well, that they believe that racism is prejudice plus power, meaning that the only
Oh my God.
like, for example, if white people were to gang rape, not white people, if 5 black men were to gang rape a white woman because she's white, like, they really think she's subhuman, that's not racist because black people do not hold any power. These people are just prejudiced and not racist.
God.
That's honestly the stupidest thing ever, because racism is hating someone over genetics and skin colors that they cannot control.
Ricky,
Yeah, just like how homophobia is when you we'll get into that because this is going
that's
to
not
divide.
even relevant.
yeah, but later on,
Racism, really.
but later on, he starts talking about how Tutu saying, "Oh, you should never trust people who want a like what do you want like."
White.
Yeah, we'll get to that because
We'll get there.
it's literally in this video we're
Oh,
responding.
a Nobel Prize. He said you should never trust people with a Nobel Prize because they're propagandists.
Oh my God, you
Freaking retarded moron.
this is honestly so retarded. All right.
Oh, how unreasonable! They called me, or implied that I was racist. That's not shit.
What was so Nazi about it? What was so Nazi?
Again, it's not relevant. It's a non sequitur.
It's straw man.
Lewis, you can't support the idea that there's a white genocide in Zimbabwe because neo-Nazis are all evil. That's a non sequitur, Finnish Bolshevik. You need to understand how logical fallacies work before you try to accuse Lewis of making one.
Logical fallacies go both ways, left and right, and you seem to be pulling a lot in this video.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally this fascist group in Finland.
Okay, another non sequitur.
So what do fascists have to do with Finland? I think they're pretty cool. DDD.
Like putting these silly stickers on everywhere.
Oh, by the way, just a quick. I'm just gonna keep saying this. The Finnish Bolshevik, just because of the fact that Delta's in here, he's gonna start using the guilt by association fallacy, like saying, "Oh, one fascist is in here. That means everyone in here is a fascist."
Even
Let's say, oh,
my views on domestic absolutely degenerate because I'm very socially libertarian. Keep going.
Faggot.
Stop the white genocide in Zimbabwe. I mean, no, actually they said in South Africa, but that's equally bad. I mean, South Africa and Rhodesia, which became Zimbabwe, were both like, you know, white apartheid
Pause
states.
right there. Pause.
Cause
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta
Wait, no,
guilt by.
no. I want to talk right now.
Okay, yeah,
This
go.
is going to destroy him. Zimbabwe was formed in 1969, I believe.
Rhodesia.
Rhodesia. Rhodesia ended and became Zimbabwe because of Robert Mugabe. And it officially ended apartheid in that particular area, which is now Zimbabwe. It was over since 31 years, and he started his land procurement plan in the in the early 2000s. He started that way after apartheid, way after Rhodesia, like 31 years after apartheid. That is the absolute truth there.
All right. Does anybody have anything to add?
Okay,
I
I
wanna
got
say-
this whole fallacy.
Hold on. Let me say one thing before you speak. Here's the thing about that. Said the colony was established in 1869. Can you name one person white in Zimbabwe right now
Well-
who lived in 1869? No. All white people in Zimbabwe were born there, with the exception of a few. But most of them were born there. You're deliberately saying that Mugabe should exterminate and deport white people for being born there. Okay, by that logic, then we should have the right to deport black people and Muslims, but that'd be racist. But when a black person does it, it's not racist. Social justice warrior piece of oozing crap shit, cat shit.
You about the whole apartheid in South Africa? They finished Bolshevik. Look.
Wait, hold on. You actually have a flag of that?
Yeah.
What
What
the?
is it?
What the fuck?
So
Oh no,
gonna-
your face is. Yeah,
Wait,
your
let me
face
see.
is
Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, move out of the way.
Wait, let me see. Let me
too
see
bad. We
again.
already seen it.
Well, anyway,
Shut it
see
down.
again.
Shut it down. Luke.
Oh man,
Are
Shango.
you gonna
Shango's
show that tomorrow on the ship posting podcast on Vladivostok's channel?
You should get the Rhodesian flag.
Rhodesia?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna get. That's fine. We want to get to Rhodesia.
Yeah, I actually like that flag. Oh, I
Way
can
better
imagine.
than Zimbabwe,
You know what?
yeah.
Hold on, you know what? I can imagine Shango right now, being the keyboard warrior that he is. He's gonna say, "Yeah, racist," and he's gonna post it all over Tumblr, and we're gonna be attacked by Tumblr fags by tomorrow. I can't wait.
All right, you guys want to start this?
Yeah, let's
Did
keep
you guys
going.
screen?
Continue.
No
Come.
longer apartheid states. The whites just control everything. Now they're crying and whining.
Hey, can you imagine if somebody were to replace the word white with Jew?
Neo-Nazi!
That sounds like someone saying it's the Jews. Fuck's sake. Like, it's like those white nationalists I was arguing with. Like Ethan and I were arguing with them. Like, oh, you freaking Jew cucks. I was like, can you shut up?
Yeah,
You get
they
it,
were
I'll
calling me a Delta Zionist shill apologist, and and they were telling us, why don't you guys move to a mixed race country? You fucking.
We are in one, you freaking faggot. We are in one, actually. It's called the United States, faggot.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he starts saying it's a black genocide in the United States. So saying, oh, they're black people being killed. They're being killed in America. Like, so what?
Yeah, let's get to that part. I actually have something to say.
So
about
what? Like,
Later.
those incidents are people who are thugs and they committed crimes, and he ignored them. He just.
Oh, you're being racist, man.
You
Oh
know
my
what, dude?
God!
let's go.
There was
Move on.
It's so awful how these police officers are gunning down these child prodigies.
Oh my God! Trayvon Martin did nothing much.
Oh God! Oh no! You got me started. Shit, nigga. Fucking Trayvon Martin didn't do nothing wrong. Fucking cops are just racist, nigga. Shit. Fuck off. Oh, I gotta show that Tyrone thing. I'm gonna screenshot
from
something.
that, from where Trayvon Martin was killed.
Oh shoot! Wait.
You should piss on his grave.
Oh my God.
I know you would. I will pee. Take a dump.
Okay, hold on. Shit. Sorry for this. I'm trying to find the photo. Hey, look it.
No.
That's what Shango. That's Robert Mugabe. Shit. It's a Finnish Bolshevik. Shit, nigga. Fucking didn't do nothing.
I'll post his image on Facebook,
Don't.
and then I'll use it as a
No.
meme.
No.
No. Let's keep going.
No, that's dumb.
I don't want
Louis.
to get
That's a
flagged,
bad-
dude.
Bad idea.
Oh, it's white genocide. Like, fuck off. These
Why don't you
poor
fuck
white
off?
landowners are not, like, some people are mad at them, some people want them to pay reparations or something, and you're like, oh, that's so racist, that white genocide, why do you call me racist?
Not only that, but also defend and glorify Robert Mugabe. That's right.
When did we even do that? We didn't do that.
Shango!
Black
He can tell you all about his support for him and how he deported and got rid of the white colonialists. Come on, man.
evil whitey. It's like they just blame white people in like America and Israel for everything. It's freaking stupid.
They'll blame it on America and Israel if it rains outside.
No man, they'll blame Israel like for ISIS, or they'll blame Israel for some fucking Zion Nazis. Okay, what do Zionists have to do with National Socialists? Last time I checked, National Socialists are anti-Zionist and anti-Semitic.
Yep. Anyone else has anything to add before
No,
we
let's
start this
continue.
charade?
National Socialists I've been aren't really anti-Semites though. Let's.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go on the individualist thing. Like, not all of them are like that, but most of them, yeah, there are like the Jews control everything, or the Jews this.
Man, the Jews.
But a few chill ass
the
dudes,
Jews. Oh my god.
They're not asses about shit. They're just like, okay.
Like, come on. He calls me a Nazi. I think I'm Jewish ancestor. Please, I'm Spanish.
You're a Jew.
Dude, didn't he call you a white kid? Even
Look
though
at
you're
my skin color. Look at my skin color. It's brown like shit, man.
It's not even Jewish.
Look at my. Well, I have some like.
Can we move
Spanish
on already?
people have
This
a
is getting
large-
ridiculous.
Spain has a large Jewish community, and everyone at least have some Jewish ancestors.
Move on.
right?
Black Hitler, what the
Let me hear Louis say that. Let me hear Louis say that because I was laughing when the Finnish Bolshevik said that.
They defended Black Hitler.
Black Hitler, what the I mean,
It's like He Real Nowhere Man. The Insane Asylum.
The insane asylum.
Oh, we should do. If we ever have to do one of these again, you should ask He Real Nowhere Man if he actually wants to be part of something like this. Debunking an idiot like that. That'd be funny. Dude, it'd be so anti-white. God.
Luis, you have anything to say?
Look at his mustache, man.
It's
Just
thinner
like
than
him.
Hitler's, but it's still kind of.
Yeah, come on, he's a Nazi. Come on, he was inspired by it. He was inspired by Stalin. He made a famine. He gives food for only his supporters to shit on votes.
Hey, you guys want to see a Robert Mugabe?
He also provided free health care and education to his own people. He called them a capitalist later on.
Listen to this. Look at this quote.
Better be credible.
Look, hold up. Let me find it.
No, I played it. The quote that he made.
No, right here, over here. Let me see. The only white man you could trust is a dead white man.
Who was that? Who said that?
Robert Mugabe. The only white man you could trust is a dead white man.
That's like what Andrew Jackson said about the natives. The only good Indian's a dead one, or something like that.
Yeah, what's that? I think one of the dudes in the comment section of Here Real Nowhere Man's video once said, the only good Jew is a dead Jew.
Wow. I'm not a big race-obsessed freak.
Yeah, those guys for that comment section were just insane.
Dude, they're stupid. It's like, dude, you white nationalists don't make any sense, like, at all.
Yeah, I just started spamming that guy just on purpose. But anyway, let's get on before we change it.
Lewis, stop what you're doing.
That is Hitler, right? Then let me be a Hitler tenfold.
okay, unfortunate choice of words, maybe. You know, we've all heard this argument before. It's like, okay, you call me a Nazi. Well, if being a Nazi means that I'm doing the right thing, if that to you is being a Nazi, then I'm a Nazi. I mean, it's a stupid argument to make, but I can understand why he would make that argument. Just it.
Anyone?
No, it's just he's an idiot. He's retarded. It's nothing else.
He's dumb excuses for comparing. He says, I'm Hitler in the tenfold.
That's even worse than Hitler.
Justice for his people. Say, oh, he's saying, oh, justice for his people. Hitler provided justice to his own people.
To the Germans, you're like, oy vey, anti-Semitism, shut it down.
Yeah, that's the truth. Like, I hate Hitler in a passion. I despise him, right?
Yeah.
But
we had to do it for the Germans,
I
but-
say every evil dictator, even Stalin, supposed to put justice on their own people.
Guys, I want to say something. The fact that this video was released today and 25 people already liked it gives me a small tear in my eye.
It's pure stupidity, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just sitting and bowing to a statue of the Finnish
Because
Bolshevik.
that comment is ridiculous. The most ridiculous thing is that this whole argument is built on a total straw man because we never even defended Mugabe. I mean, I don't think fucking Black Hitler or something, but we literally didn't say anything about him. So Lewis's entire argument falls like a house of cards.
I want to say something. You did, in fact, in your video response to Lewis, the first one, you literally said, "Poor Whitey," when Lewis showed those clips of Mugabe pushing white farmers out.
Oh yeah, didn't Raven say poor Whitey?
Yeah. So you're
Evil Whitey, nigga.
You contradict yourself. You basically did, in fact, support Mugabe. You made fun of Mugabe's decision, which kind of shows that you kind of support Mugabe. So, yeah, you do support him. You said so, or implied it heavily, twice, I believe, in your video responses to Lewis so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe at that logic, 'cause I want justice for the people of the United
people
States. Does that mean I'm an evil
absolutely-
racist?
Yeah, people absolutely worship the Finnish Bolshevik. Don't believe me? When I talked to Research TV, he says, "Why you a communist?" He says, "I used to be a person until I met Tony McCannon." Same thing with Pharaoh Red. It says, "Oh, I used to be a Muslim extremist until I met when I started seeing Marxist Leninist theory videos, which is Tony McCannon's second video, second channel." Yeah, Pharaoh Red.
Okay.
The guy who said, if I had it my way, all Christians and Catholics would be in camps. That's right, concentration camps. I swear, if all the religious nutjobs were gone in this world, we'll be living in fucking space right now. Instead, they hold us back and they judge us. Their time is coming.
The time is coming to they evil religious people. Fuck off.
It's
Clown.
totally baseless.
Let the stupidity begin.
Poor Whitey.
Over here, did you hear that? Poor Whitey.
Stupidity has already begun.
He said poor Whitey right there.
I mean, yeah, we laughed at you because your argument
No,
is
that's not the point.
it only warrants.
What did you say, Luis?
That's not the point. I was the argument that later said, "Oh, we laughed."
That wasn't even the argument, dude. He's freaking the king of strawmans. He's retarded.
Your argument is so stupid that we literally laughed out loud when we heard it. But as I said, your argument is literally what Nazis say. Actual Nazis.
Anyone
Who
have
cares? Guilty
Skip
by
it.
association fallacy and a non sequitur.
He uses that argument a lot. I'm telling
Total
you. We'll see it
projection.
again and again and again and again. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
But
you
just
know what
continue.
else?
Continue.
You know what
We
else?
discussed it.
You just like the Nazis, you denied the doctor's plot.
And the Holodomor, a genocide.
Oh shit. Yeah, guilt by association goes both ways, faggot.
Also, oh yeah, and Finnish Bolshevik, my family were victims of the Holodomor, which is why I changed my opinion on it. So, fuck you.
Yeah, I told the
Shove a
whole.
stick up your ass.
Yo, also about the whole Ukraine thing, since he's like, oh, Holodomor never happened, I do support the Ukrainian nationalists, so you can fuck yourself, Finnish Bolshevik. And you're pro Donbass crap. Go fuck yourself.
I think Ukraine should join back with Russia.
Fuck off, mate.
Why we implied you were being racist, and why we thought that it was so
Hypocrites.
incredible that you even said that.
Yeah, you said poor Whitey and started making fun of white people and stuff, and you're calling Luis a racist.
Oh, only Whitey can be racist. Freaking retarded.
Yeah, he might use
moronic
it. Oh, I'm
logic.
white, so I can make fun of it. But the truth is, you could be racist and be the same race. For example,
Self-loathing.
you could be
It's called
racist against your own race. Like, for example, there was a dictator in the Dominican Republic. He was mixed, like Delta. He killed many black people because he wanted everyone to be white in Dominican Republic.
That'd be like me trying to kill black people here in the States or other mixed people. Sounds retarded.
That's how Shango sees Delta.
a house Negro. He sees me as some house Negro who doesn't want to be revolutionary. Because you're a freaking faggot who just they turn over cop cars and just do dumb shit. Well, no wonder I don't want to be revolutionary. You're a bunch of faggots.
I'm the fucking Nazi here. Yeah. Jesus.
Since you both support a mass-killing dictator who actually compares himself to Adolf Hitler, and since Tony
Come the fuck on.
and Zach are Slavophobic leftists,
We are what? Did you say Slavophobic? How?
Wait, pause there. I'll have proof right there. If you seen the video on the Holodomor, he talks about, oh, the Ukrainian Canadians, they're all crazy people. They're all crazy. They all lie. They're all fascists. They're saying that is being Slavophobic right there, calling them crazy. They also are racist against Cubans too.
Finnish Bolshevik hates. This is not a racial thing, but when I was a huge leftist, the Finnish Bolshevik made a comment on one of Jason Unruh's videos saying, fuck the middle class. And I said, what? Most people are middle class. And he says, comrade, all middle class people are just rich, white, stupid fucks. They don't deserve to have a life.
Oh yeah, and on Jason Unruh's video about, you know, that kid Ahmed who was accused of being a terrorist after he made that clock. So he went on the comment section. I saw the Finnish Bolsheviks comment. I even sent a screenshot to Luis, where the Finnish Bolshevik was talking about how white people are privileged and how it's okay to talk shit about them.
No, he also denies reverse racism.
Retarded.
To be honest, I don't think there's such thing as reverse racism, but not in the sense that you can't be racist towards white people, because it's not reverse. It's just racism. It's just racism.
It's just racism, period, you freaking...
Yeah,
even the Civil Rights Activist applies to every single race. It says it there. And it doesn't matter if you're white, you show hate, and if some black guy assaults you because of your race, you are protected on the civil rights, right?
Hold on.
And even Martin Luther King himself says you cannot fight darkness with like, let me find that quote. I'll find it. Something like you cannot. He's basically saying you cannot fight hatred with hate. You have to fight it with love. Why would Martin Luther King say that if reverse racism doesn't exist?
Like, don't anti-communists usually tell people to move to Russia? That's the first time somebody has called me.
So National Socialists speak for all anti-communists.
Asshole.
Fucking idiot.
Okay, here's the quote here. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, and only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. Why would he say that if reverse racism doesn't exist? Why he would say that? Why even I have people who like go to my school in elementary school talk about the civil rights movement, and they were old and they were experienced. They have an experience, and they said that during the civil rights, they were racist during the civil rights movement during the 1950s and 60s. Not only there were white people who support segregation, there were black people who supported segregation, and there were racist black people.
Yeah, hold on, Ethan. A user by the name of Libertarian Jaguar wants to join this hangout.
Who's the Libertarian Jaguar?
Hey, be careful. That could be a troll account because I've never heard who that person is.
Well, okay. Not a good idea because he made this one video called Extreme Foot Fetish Reaction. So, yeah, let's not invite him.
That could be a troll account. I've never heard of that person.
Oh, well.
Have you seen any comments of his anywhere else, or is it just here?
Tell me I'm like a Russophile or something. I just love Russia. Apartheid supporting pieces of shit get kicked off their land, which it causes famine and is bad for society as a whole.
Freaking yes, bullshit.
Really? Yes, exactly.
Anyone? Any comments?
God, you're such an idiot. Moron.
Yeah, you know what?
Cheeky boy.
I challenge him to join Friday night shit posting.
Oh God, no! He's gonna ruin it all.
Yeah, I mean, our Friday night shit posting is also supposed to be about political incorrectness, and these people are too politically correct to join.
Yeah, but I want to debate him, man. He says he might if we find the perfect
You said
time.
that you and Tom plan on having a 2-on-2 debate live stream someday. He refuses. So why would he join shit posting?
It's because it's like, oh, stupid arguments. No, because you're
Even though
an
their
ass.
arguments are stupid, so he was calling the farmers apartheid supporting, but the truth is, not every single farmer supported
Rhodesia.
the Rhodesia thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna be getting down to that once like we start going down to the video. What were you gonna say, Luis?
Like, it's ridiculous. Like I said, apartheid ended in Zimbabwe since the 1970s or 60s, man. And the Mugabe's land reform program, like that happened 31 years after apartheid ended in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
Shit.
Let's go on. Let's not get caught up on stupid. They're already gonna probably laugh at us when if they do a response.
Well, in case you noticed, the apartheid supporting white landowners, to some degree, have been kicked off their land. Not all of them,
Pause.
but to some degree.
Not every single white person supported apartheid, you freaking retard. Holy
you
crap.
Idiot.
Maybe there were black people who supported the apartheid.
Yeah.
There's an article I read the other day that said that many blacks prefer to be under Rhodesia than under Mugabe.
Was that saying it was like South Africa apparently, or is that not true as well?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I agree. Because, well, I will not support it. It's way better because even black people said they have access to healthcare and education compared to any other African nation.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
would you rather live in a like a freaking hut, walking around naked and starving to death, or segregated because you have access to healthcare and education and food?
correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Zimbabwe before the 1869 colonization just a bunch of tribes that went on cannibalistic warfare? And
Yeah,
white
like it was a point of the video. It was because it was a part of the video since I didn't add it because I was worried about copyright infringement. The guy I pointed out, he says that the land that when he talked about the history of Rhodesia, he says, well, we got that land, all these battles, and they left it, and he applies that they left it because they knew that the land was terrible, that was not farmable. Like that is proof.
They have. So, yes, that is what happened. First, it was an apartheid state, and now it's not. So, obviously, something has had to happen.
This is Ben Priya, a white Zimbabwean farmer. He was one of the thousands of farmers that had their land confiscated by the government. Ben and his father-in-law, Mike Campbell, filed a lawsuit against Mugabe's land reform in an international court, which they won. Unfortunately, their farm was burned to the ground, and Mike Campbell was killed by government thugs. Now,
Yeah, here's the thing. Don't you understand that this is Africa? As far as I know, black people live in Africa. Black people are from Africa. I mean, we're all technically from Africa if we go back long enough. But
You know what? As soon as a white person were to say, hold on, cut the video. As soon as white people are to say, Africa for the Africans, Asia for the Asians, white countries for everyone, you would call them racist. Europeans are white. They live in Europe. And countries like Finland and Denmark, countries that did not fund the wars in the Middle East or had any involvement in the wars in the Middle East that are being victims to shitty immigration policies, should Finnish people and Denmark people have the right to deport Arabs from their country by your logic? No, because they're racist for it. I mean, by your logic, then Mugabe, I mean, is far more racist than the far right people in Denmark. So you clearly are having a double standard here.
Yeah.
Any other comments?
Absolute hypocrisy, Finnish Bolshevik.
Yup, you self-willed here.
You know what? I wonder if he's going to make a video response to this.
I doubt. Because I
He
made
probably
video
won't.
responses, and he did before, and he saw them. He just, I think it's because he doesn't want to watch a very long video. But who cares?
That's
He will
entertaining
cry
for the
like a
people
baby.
watching.
Yeah, let him cry like a bitch.
Is of European descent. The black people are of African descent. So you don't understand that. Like, how do you think this European guy came to own African land? Because his relatives, his ancestors went there, stole the land, killed the natives, and set up this horrible apartheid regime. That's how all these white landowners have.
Cut.
So that means I should get out of America because evil America or something like that. I can't go anywhere, dude. I don't really belong to white or black society, so I'm kind of stuck here.
Yup.
We've created our own culture and shit here, so we're not leaving. Sorry.
Yeah, what's the difference between a melting pot and multiculturalism?
Oh, I will explain that. I actually learned that from a guy from geography. He explained multiculturalism, where is when you promote people to be themselves. I mean, you don't have to speak English. You can speak your own language. You can believe what you want, and we should promote everyone. But a melted pot, because melted pot you mix, right? We gotta take all the good part. Like you could keep some of your culture, but we want you to evolve. We want you to speak English and
So,
be
like,
a
for
part
example-
of us.
So, like, for example, here in the South, this is very popular, but at almost every Walmart, there's always a Chinese restaurant right next to it. These Chinese workers, they know how to speak English, and they serve everybody, but it's just like a Chinese restaurant, even though they mostly serve Korean food and American food that soon became popular in China, but regardless, it's still considered a Chinese restaurant. Would that be melting pot, or would that be multiculturalism?
I would consider that multiculturalism because most of the Chinese food that they sell is actually Chinese American. Even
Yeah, but I still like it. It's still good.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
still
would-
pretty good.
I would consider it a melting pot because most of these Chinese people speak English, and they're not completely separated from the rest of culture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
lefties like multiculturalism. Fuck off.
Yeah, multiculturalism. Go back to Tumblr, you little rat.
Go back to Tumblr, freaking degenerate cultural Marxist freaking faggot.
We even come into this position of owning land in fucking Africa, where they're not from originally. Sure, like I don't have a problem with the white, settlers being kicked out. I really don't.
Most of them weren't settlers, you idiot! Most of them were born there!
And here's the hypocrisy
yeah, like
right
his
here.
evil
Here's the-
American white
here's the
settlers.
hypocrisy there. Here's the hypocrisy. Here's the hypocrisy right now. He's talking about the black people should have the right to own to govern their own land, to control their lands, and that we should get out of our nation because it belongs to the natives. But at the same time, he supports the refugees. He said, let the refugees go to America, man. Multiculturalism.
Yeah, freaking hypocrisy.
Yeah, why don't you go on Tumblr and just cry?
Faggot.
Cultural Marxist.
Hate the woman Do you hate the woman figure? Fucking faggot.
Yeah.
Faggot.
All right.
Degenerate.
Like if it's like a small farmer or a middle-sized farmer, kick him out. It's a bit extreme, but I can't really seriously oppose it because they're settlers. They came there illegally, stole your land. Okay, they want to take the land back. I mean, what could you possibly?
But yet you support refugees going into Europe with no identification.
Yeah.
So all the Jews should just DTFO out of a land. Okay, so the whole thing that even applies to the Zionists. They should get out because it belongs to freaking Arabs. History, a lot of archaeology is showing that's actually Jewish territory. A lot of
Yep.
archaeology is starting to show it, and you're just going to deny history because it doesn't fit your little narrative of "ma freaking this" or "ma freaking liberation of Zimbabwe." DDDD freaking
Hey, here's the
autistic.
thing though, like here's hypocrisy. So he's like how like the blacks in Zimbabwe are getting their land back. So when the Jews got their land back from the Arabs in
Yeah,
Palestine,
the Muslims.
they are bad people now.
Yeah, they're bad, but because it belongs. No, history. You seem to reject history because it doesn't fit your narrative. If they do look at the history of that area, they'll only look for like 500 years when the Arabs controlled it, because it proves their argument. They don't want to go back any further because they're afraid being debunked.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, like look at Red Scare TV. At the fact that I didn't support Palestine, like they all hated me. Like people did not like me for that. I think even though I'm a fascist now, like none of them really care. They're like, we can disagree. They probably don't like because Jewish cuck or whatever. But they're not sitting and making videos about me and bitching or whatever.
Yeah, but and this is like the hypocrisy and the double standards. So like when the blacks are getting their lands back, you say that it's justified, but when the Jews want to get their land back, you're telling them that they're a bunch of assholes, Nazis.
Yeah.
That's hypocrisy. You're a fucking anti-Semitic human being.
You're a piece of. Ooh, I'm not. No, Ethan. Remember the one thing you said? I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just anti-Zionist.
Oh yeah,
Guys.
every single time I
Guys.
catch yeah.
I just want to. This is kind of off topic, but I just want to say one thing. The difference between a melting pot and a multicultural society is where, like, a melting pot would be like, you would combine a lot of ingredients to make soup, you know? But multiculturalism is like a salad bowl. Like, it's almost completely separate from each other. But a melting pot would be like soup. Like, tomato soup would involve water and all this other stuff to make one unique food, while multiculturalism would be like a salad. You get the analogy?
Oh yeah, I get
I
it.
think a better example is an actual melted pot. You put iron, you put copper, you put gold, and when you put that, or try to combine all these metals that don't match up, it will start to melt. It will stay all goopy and like stuff like that.
But anyway, so like the joke me and Delta were talking about is because there were times where I've argued with communists about like Israel and stuff like that, and every single time I've caught them saying anti-Semitic stuff about Jews. Every time I caught them, they'll just be like, "I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just anti-Zionist."
Oh, shut up. You're totally just as bad as the evil Nazis that you hate so much.
Nazis for capitalism.
Bastards.
Oh, Heil Stalin.
Yeah, you have to say,
Here's the
oh,
thing.
boy, they Holocaust.
I mean, like multiculturalism doesn't work because in most cases, people like to preserve their culture.
Yeah.
However, with melting pots, Muslims could immigrate here, but they would have to adapt to the culture, so they could still practice their religion. Women would still have to wear hijabs, and stuff like that, but they still would have to speak English, and they would still adapt to their cultural surroundings, which is why, regardless if they're performing taqwiyya or not, most Muslims in the United States are actually quite liberal. So that's an example of a melting pot. In multiculturalism, Muslim immigrants can speak Arabic and refuse to learn English and bomb anyone who disagrees with them. Kind of like what Sweden's going through right now. So,
Or Germany. That's a better example.
Or
Let's
Deutschland.
start this.
oh, the Free Flow's already commenting. You are a racist, Luce. You don't know anything about Germans. Refugees are incapable of raping people.
Yeah, it's a right-wing conspiracy.
Well, ignore them. We don't need a bunch of stupid losers who have no life telling
No,
us.
I'm joking. He's not actually in this chat, so
Oh, phew.
it'd be funny though.
Except say, oh, white genocide.
Oh, yeah, wait.
There is that the apartheid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can deny the white genocide, but Oyalahi, the Gazan genocide, Allah save us. That's happening, but white genocide's not. Fuck you. Literally, you're a freaking piece of shit. You're like the biggest denier here. Deny
Yeah, you're a
Holodomor,
human
deny
being.
white genocide in Zimbabwe, but when it comes to Gaza, if you don't believe it, you're a Nazi and you're a Zionist, racist, and all this dumb shit. Fuck you, Finnish Bolshevik. You're the biggest piece of shit here.
Yeah, you fucking despicable faggot.
He's freaking despicable, dude.
Regime
Hey, don't use homophobic terms.
created such racial hatred between, the two groups that But there's all this violence, like okay, they kick him out, but because he refuses to leave, then some random people just attack him because they're angry at him. Like
I'm starting to hate this piece of shit. If he can just fuck himself.
You already established that a long time ago,
Yeah.
Delta.
Just fuck off already. Evil whitey. Fuck you, dude.
that's not.
Yeah, you white guilt riddled faggot.
Yeah, and that's coming from a black guy.
I really don't want to freaking like use profound freaking language, but I'm at the point I just can't hold back because this guy is so fucking stupid. Wait, genocide's not happening, but Gaza is happening. Well, I actually think that's freaking bullshit. That's the freaking Muslims doing that to themselves. They want those people to get freaking blown up. Why? So they can freaking make their bullshit propaganda go, oh look, we're being murdered. Allah save us.
It is unfortunate, and I'm not really justifying it. But then again, it is. I say that I'm not justifying it, but to be honest, it is kind of justified. I mean,
Justified? Oh, wait. Would the Holocaust would be justified in your logic because they were saying, oh, the Jews were infesting our land, they're taking away our land, they're hoarding our money. Well, I don't agree with that, but I in your logic, what you're saying, you could agree with that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hypocrisy of the left.
So by his logic, the Holocaust is justified, you asshole.
Oh, you piece of shit.
the violence is justified, the spontaneous violence of people who are just angry. I'm just saying that the anger is justified. They're angry that these white people come there, steal their land, and then, when they try to drive them away, they fail to drive them away, so they're angry. But this is just a total straw man to say that I support everything every random person in Zimbabwe does.
Any comments?
No.
You're a
Keep
retard. I don't even. That's all.
Retard is.
I never said that
No.
I support.
No. That's an insult to all retarded people who are smarter than him.
Oh shit. Oh, you freaking got me there.
I never said that I support like any of this shit. I just said that I've already stated my case. I don't need to repeat myself. What the fuck is this? Africa needs capitalism. Like Africa doesn't have enough capitalism for you. Okay, okay. Like Africa is entirely capitalist.
No, pause there.
Pause.
Cut.
Go. Speak your mind.
Come on, man. So, a bunch of dictatorships that control the means of production, like almost all of Africa, are socialist, like the Congo. The Congo is democratic socialist. The Congo, the French part of Congo is communist. Angola is communist.
Luis. They were communists. The Marxist governments have collapsed. They collapsed in the early 90s along with the USSR and the Eastern Bloc.
Yeah. But they still have some socialist aspects to them.
And say that. Don't just say they're Marxists and then they're gonna go and they go, oh, you're freaking dumb, and gotta be very specific.
Yeah, because remember, leftists speak a whole different language. Whatever you say to them, it might sound like something, like whatever you say might sound different to them. Like one time when I told some Marxist, you leftists are treating black people like helpless children. He said that I called black people helpless children. That's not what I said.
Yeah, that's a straw man argument.
Alright, do we continue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what Ben is going to say contradicts Tony's claims.
Okay, this white guy who was driven off his land that he stole from these people has another.
My God. God. So I stole the land I'm on from natives? Fuck, I was born in the United States, you freaking dumbass. Ugh.
That's not an excuse.
My
Kill
God,
them.
please now, please go move to Russia, man. No, move to North Korea. Despite North Korea's not being communist, it's becoming a free market, but you still worship it like a fucking paradise.
God.
Please go to North
This
Korea.
argument's retarded. What if I was born in Zimbabwe and I was actually like mixed? That mean I should get out because I'm not pure black or something?
That's
So-
racist.
God.
So like his logic, if you weren't born in Europe, pure white, then you should get out as well.
Yeah. That means I have to get out of America. Oh wait, I was born here, you freaking ass. So tough.
Exactly.
Guess what?
This is why Stormbags and social justice warriors are just the same.
The two sides of the same coin. Stormfags make freaking third position look like a freaking joke. It's like, you freaking Jews, this. I'm like, oh, God, this is why people freaking hate us, dude. It's because retards like you go and spoil everything. So you can
I'm sure that if you ask the black guys, they would say the complete opposite of thing. So I don't see what this proves.
We're very involved in trying to help in our community around us. We had various competitions we were running amongst the black farmers on farms. We were trying to teach them some of the skills that we had. We had black commercial farmers next door, and we were.
You know, I'm not saying that black people and white people couldn't like exist together in peace in these societies that used to be owned by white apartheid supporters. I'm not saying that that can't theoretically happen, but you know, it's easy to understand why excesses would be carried out. But seriously, like, look at this guy. Do you really think that this guy is some poor man who really just earnestly opposed Rhodesian policy? No. He was like all of these people. They weren't these horrible white supremacists.
Yes, clean up the white plague.
Lewis, you're muted.
no,
No, or you need to unmute yourself.
your mic's ass, Louis. I hear nothing. Do I have to hear any more of this freaking autistic piece of shit? It's so hard not to curse at these leftists, though. Seriously.
Yeah, that's why I told you not to delete your video on the one that you made of Mason, the one called Puppet, talking about religion.
Because I was getting really upset because he's a freaking. I think I've told people like
Lewis is
independent
joining
workmen. I've tried to tell people like independent workmen. It's like, yeah, it's hard to not to, but it's these people are so fucking stupid. You just can't hold like throwing. You can't help but throwing a punch at them. Like,
Yeah, exactly, because they're just, it's like they have a hard time comprehending reality.
Yeah, 'cause they're stupid. They can fuck themselves. With the dildo society they love so much.
Alright.
They say they support Jews, yet they're trying to kick Jews out of their own homeland. Okay, then.
Yep.
You're the dumbest hypocrites on the planet. God.
So, Luis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We're just supporting Rhodesia, and we're like, yeah, we are, you know, the Übermensch, and the blacks are just totally subhuman. No, most of them weren't like that. But most of the white people were passively in support of apartheid and passively in support of Rhodesia. They were like, yeah,
Why? Because they're white?
no, situation.
No.
And freaking implying you freaking piece of shit. My God. You're the biggest traitor to your own nation, dude.
So
Dude.
does anyone have anything else to say?
No, dude. He's just freaking retarded. I don't even want to hear him anymore. He's stupid. It's like, I don't even want to hear him, dude.
And watch, he's gonna take what I say out of context.
Yeah.
This is what he's gonna take out. Like, I don't support Rhodesia because, like, it had all, like, the segregation and stuff like that, and I'm not for segregation. In fact, I'm complete opposite. In fact, you could even see that in my video with Here Real Nowhere Man and stuff like that. But the thing is, I don't know what's worse. Tell me what is worse? People getting killed and stuff like that, getting their houses burned down and being murdered, or people of a different color going to separate bathrooms. What's worse?
The people getting killed in houses getting killed.
Yeah, but at the same time, they support killing people. All these communists. Come on.
Oh yeah, if you disagree with us, you have to die because my dictatorship of the proletariat.
This is kind of off topic, but have you noticed that leftists like to accuse anyone who disagrees with them of being bigoted, when in fact every single human being on this planet is bigoted against someone or something, but for different reasons? Leftists are jealous of rich people. They are jealous of capitalists who end up being superior to them, or making them do wage labor to some extent. These people are classist. They are classist against rich people, the same way that far-right fascists are racist against blacks and Jews. It's bigotry, but against different people. Every human being on this planet is bigoted for different reasons.
Wait, you just stop throwing fascists around.
No, fascists are racist. I'm just saying that I'm referring to the racist kind.
I get you gotta speak their stupid language because they just throw fascist around like it doesn't even mean anything. Call someone a fascist. I'm like, okay. Does he support the doctrine of fascism? No, you're just using it as an argument because you don't like this person. Okay, you're an idiot. Argument dismissed. If he called me a fascist, I'm like,
want to challenge it. We don't want to change anything. So it's still the same thing. Now they're like expecting everyone to just be merciful towards them and be like, you know, I didn't fight against apartheid, I didn't fight against racism, and now I don't want to do anything else. I just want to be, you know, continue my nice lifestyle. But no, sorry. I mean, poor people are angry at you for good reason. I mean, don't act so surprised, basically, is what I'm saying.
With trying to build a multicultural society where we'd all be able to go forward together.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's what the white people were always trying to do, just build a society where...
God, now. He said, "Oh, the white people." My God, you're trying to act like only white people are racist.
Racism is strong with this one.
Dumbass, dude. Oh, shit, fucking whitey.
Watch him call me a racist for this, but like the thing is, white countries are super tolerant. They're tolerant to the point that they're committing racial and cultural suicide.
Yeah. A little too tolerant. Tolerance can be good, but it can be really bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, like, sure, in fucking Rhodesia,
Rhodesia has been over since like since the land reform, like 31 years. Like, you don't get it, man. You idiot. He thinks that Rhodesia happened in like 1999. It's later than that. It's earlier than that.
Rhodesia was till like 1980.
No, they gained their independence like in the 1960s.
The name Rhodesia. It was around to like 1979 or 1980. Then they changed it to Zimbabwe. First it was Rhodesia, Zimbabwe. Then it just went to Zimbabwe. Oh, dude, you're such a moron, dude.
Trying to uplift them.
We were trying to uplift them. Like, what the fuck is this ridiculous bullshit?
Same time.
Are they supposed to keep the whiteys in there?
Did you hear that? They're supposed to keep the whiteys in there.
Dude, that sounds freaking racist to white people, dude. You're the biggest hypocrite here.
Moron.
Yeah, so I'm a house Negro because I'm not some freaking revolutionary little nigger who goes and blows things up and like riots and freaking does dumb
No,
shit.
you're
Yeah,
talking about niggers, not actual niggers.
yeah, not all black people. I'm saying that like the ones who go and sack stuff and go, "She fucking evil white," like Shango. Yeah, like, fuck off. Like Martin Luther King, I'd say Martin Luther King Jr. I'd say he's a African. He's a African American. He's no nigger because he fought for something. For a cause I believe was pretty good, but I believe the forced integration was also a negative. It was kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Whoa, we have 2 thumbs up on this video and 0 thumbs down.
Ugh, at least no stupid Bolsheviks came here and go, "You racist!"
I just want to see how bad I'm gonna get spammed.
Yeah, are they supposed to fucking keep the whiteys in there? They came in, they stole their land. isn't it reasonable to want it back?
Yeah,
So the
100,
Jews,
200 years ago.
yeah, so it's okay for the Jews to get their land back. So isn't
Yeah.
that reasonable for the Jews in Israel to get their land back?
No, because they're settlers. That's like, it belongs to Muslims. Hypocrite. I believe
Don't
they
make that
should.
here.
I mean, Jesus
I say they should, because history's proven that, and not all Jews were kicked out, by the way, by the Romans either. There were still a lot that stayed. They were a small number, but they were still there nonetheless.
Unsettlers.
I repeat myself, but I'm saying that, yeah, okay, it's some small farmer. It's not necessary to kick every small farmer out of there, and they haven't.
In that logic, all
Yeah.
No, he says, I do not support kicking out every small farmer, and I just said, unless they're white.
Bob should move to Denmark because Russia belongs to native Siberian tribes, such as the Karyoks, that got their land stolen by the Russian Empire. Going back to
That's so stupid.
Zimbabwe, white
That
Oh,
wasn't
hold
even
on.
an argument!
I mean,
That's literally your logic, Finnish Bolshevik. It's
use this
stupid.
same argument. People use an argument somewhat similar to this when it comes to the United States. They say that, the Americans came in there, they stole all the land, they slaughtered all the natives,
Not all of them. We still
and
there's
then people
still
say
natives
that
left over.
they give the land back, but nobody seriously says that they should all just...
Ironically, it's almost like the Europeans are getting back their land because, see, during the Stone Age, we already had Europeans in here way before the natives that came from Asia.
Yeah, the Vikings. The Vikings, man.
came- Well, they were natives. They were natives even here when the Vikings came, but
Yeah, they've discovered. Is actually. Do you know that the Native Americans committed genocide against other? It was a different tribe. I watched this documentary. There was a tribe that was a different race. They were descendants from the Polynesians, from like one of those.
Hawaii and like all the Polynesian like islands, like
Descendants
Hawaii and
there.
like, in the
They were
Pacific.
they were committing genocide during like 100 BC, whatever. I don't know, some prehistoric time. The Native Americans there, they committed genocide against that tribe, but there are some people that survived in an island south from Chile. No, Argentina, I meant.
What, like the Easter Isle or something like that?
Yeah, they have descendants. They have a different skull shape than Native Americans, actually.
Yeah, but so
I
Native
think it's
Americans
the
aren't
part
bad.
where the Finnish Bolshevik was defending segregation.
Wow, dude, you're the biggest freaking piece of shit here.
He's looking at the picture like where there's white people there. He's saying leave.
Because that's not practical. Nobody really thinks that every non-Native American person should just leave the U.S. because that's, it's not going to happen. It would
No, because I'm born here. So
the position would be to
Yeah, exactly.
demand
We're born here, so I'm not gonna get the hell out.
yeah, I'm like getting out.
Wait, right here.
He's gonna make a point. Hold on. Let's keep going. for a second.
He's gonna defend segregation right here.
Okay, go. Play the video.
Go!
nationality, so that, okay, this is an area where Native Americans live, so they should be able to control that area. They run things. They control their own destiny. Similarly, okay, there's an area where black people live because they were brought there
X wanna be
as slaves. So, okay, they control their own destiny.
Malcolm X
Similarly, there's white people. They control their own destiny. But but first of all, Russia is not even the same thing. The United States example is a fairly extreme example because it's literally just a bunch of white people on a boat who go there, kill everyone, and steal their land.
No, that's not how it happened. You don't even know American history.
Freaking disease. The sad thing is disease came in, tribes were killing each other before we got here.
Let me explain the entire genocide thing that leftists like to perpetuate. Okay, there's just a lot of explanations. A lot of the deaths during the westward expansion were caused by going to war with other tribes. That is true, but most tribes at the time were not these unique cultures. They were just people who committed barbaric acts, performed cannibalism on each other, raped each other. They did nothing, literally. They were just extremely violent barbarians. So a lot of these wars with other native tribes were actually in self-defense. Another thing is that during the French and Indian War and other wars before and after that, land that the French took over was sold to us. The Louisiana Purchase, there were native tribes on there. Many of these native tribes actually fought with the French against the British, yet because Napoleon, who I admire, decided to needed to sell land to pay off the war debts, we gained states like Louisiana and South Dakota by purchasing land that originally belonged to Native Americans. And also, there were other territories that were sold to us as well. And
Missouri, Dakota.
So my point being is that in two cases, cases of during the Western expansion, there was self-defense against these utter savages, and then I'm not saying all of them were savages, that would be racist, but many of them were savages, and these battles were in self-defense. Plus, you got cheap labor source out of it, so.
They couldn't really survive with labor. The natives died for some weird reasons. Like, no, like we can't use them. Like shit.
Yeah, they were all starving way prior to the European arrival.
They were killing each other before that. I don't get your logic here, Finnish Bolshevik. It's stupid.
And also, a lot of the land that we supposedly stole from natives was actually sold to us by French and British people. So Americans did not steal native land.
We bought it.
Yeah, we bought it from people who stole it prior to that, so we're not the equivalent here.
Yeah. And let's go on the whole Palestine thing. I want to say this.
Many native tribes actually helped us out during the westward expansion, not by force.
Yeah, heard of Sacagawea?
No, I never heard of them.
The Sacagawea dollar or something like that.
Yeah, they helped Lewis and Clark on their to help them discover the West. Sacagawea.
Exactly.
Yeah, there were a lot of natives who fought on the side with the Europeans as well.
So this also the 100 million statistic that leftists like to pull out of their ass in regards to genocide and blame the Americans on it. It ignores a lot of context because most of those deaths were not caused by American colonists. And also that number has been heavily debunked in the past with many contradictory numbers. You hear these leftists say, "Oh, look at all these contradictions and death statistics with Stalin and Mao," but when it comes to America, they say, "Oh, this is all true," when in fact the lowest number of Native American deaths that were actually caused by American colonists, such as
the army or whatever.
Such as the Western expansion and those massacres during the American Indian Wars. The thing is, the lowest estimate is less than 10 million, and the rest were caused by other Europeans in the past. But so if you can say that the death statistics regarding Stalin and Mao are exaggerated or contradictory, then we can say the same thing as the evidence actually shows, that 100 million Native Americans died purely at the hands of Americans is completely stupid. And
a lot of it was caused by the Spanish and the Brits. The Spanish were really.
And it ignores history. But yeah, most of these communists are historically illiterate and economically illiterate. So
yeah, kind of like what Jim Jesus and I talked about the other day. Like he said, like when it comes to like a lot of ideologies, every ideology has its morons, its smart people. But Marxism is just retarded. He said like everything we're not a historical fact for them. They'll, like you talk about history, they'll make fun of you and call you a historical revisionist. But whenever you want to point out like crimes done by the communists, they will turn into like one of the biggest historical revisionists of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
In Russia, it's different because it happened much more organically, lasted much longer, It's not like a bunch of white Europeans just go there who are totally alien to the entire continent of the Americas. No. And besides, not all Russia is Siberia, so that doesn't even make sense.
Actually, here's a correction. Here's a correction here. Actually, the majority of the Siberian natives were originally in the entire Russia. They expanded away into Ukraine until the until the Vikings.
Yeah, and eventually
settled.
like the Ukrainians and.
Even if it was the same case as the United States, it's still even more extreme when you look at Zimbabwe. Because that shit happened pretty recently. It wasn't like, oh, the colonization of the Americas. That was a long time ago. The settling of Russia happened really long ago. But Zimbabwe, I mean, that was
my God.
really...
Jewish presence in Israel was thousands. Was like there's been a presence since 3,000 years. That was actually not even recent either. That's only 3,000. That's 3,000 years.
Just a quick Google search. I recommend watching this video on the BBC series called Rome, and it discussed the Jewish-Roman War and how Titus whooped the ass of a Jewish rebellion in ancient Rome. Guess where the Jews were living at during this time? Oh yes, in that same area.
Yeah,
where
that same exact
we
area.
to Israel, right there, right there. So, I mean, I'll give you a link to this documentary in the chat, Ethan, so you could put it in on this video once this stream is over. But this documentary does in fact show where the Jews lived at the time during the Roman Empire, and it was not Palestinians, it was Jews who lived there. And also, and to be fair, he would say, oh, but look at the Jewish expansion during the wars against Arabic nations at the time. Well, to be fair, if this map is correct, as the documentary shows and what ancient maps show, Jews don't have enough land. They should have most of the Middle East in their hands.
Oh, because the Abrahamic covenant and things like that. Because the covenant and the expansion. Even look at ancient Israel.
Maybe start supporting Israel then, Mr. McCannon.
Mr. Piece of Shit.
Mr. Piece of oozing cat shit.
Technically, look at how ancient Israel is bigger than modern Israel is. Look at it. A lot bigger. Went up like into Lebanon, Syria,
Also,
Jordan.
You can't just say that.
Hold on. All right, one last thing about Israel, and the hypocrisy on the left. I like how leftists will love to call Lewis and Delta homophobic and transphobic, but yet Israel is perhaps the most progressive nation on the planet in regards to LGBTQI plus rights. As a matter of fact, transgenders actually do get free surgery and hormone replacement therapy in Israel, and gays and lesbians have the right to marry in Israel. Gays are actually quite tolerated highly in Israel to this day. Compare that with the Palestinians, who want all gays who practice their behavior to be stoned to death.
Hold on.
So literally, Israel is quite progressive on LGBT rights, but no, leftists will support Hamas, which wants to literally kill every single gay person that they can get their hand on.
Not to mention, in Palestine, one of the best sellers in most parts in the Middle East. Guess what? Like one of the best-selling books in the Middle East is Mein Kampf.
Yeah, I know. Most Iranians support Adolf Hitler. Most Iranians are Holocaust deniers.
So Great Iran didn't do nothing.
And Mason Steiner is a huge fan of Iran.
Hold on, Brandon.
Yeah.
Israel recognizes foreign gay marriages, but they don't perform them because you have a lot of Orthodox Jews and conservatives who they don't like it at all.
It's kind of condoned. Plus, in terms of, like, all I'm saying is in terms of other Middle Eastern nations.
Yeah, they're way more progressive. More than the Saudis, Yemen, ISIS, Iraq even. Syria, the Assad government throws them in. The Assad government doesn't really enforce the punishment anymore.
And Hamas throws gays off the top of buildings. That's recorded daily, that they kill gay people whenever they find them. So.
And ironically, you know that guy Thorpe Productions? He says that he likes Hamas because Hamas reminds him of the SS.
Yeah, they're actually right. They're actually really far right, so I don't get why the left defends them so much, and they just kiss their ass.
I mean, yeah. So it's ironic how the Finnish Bolshevik earlier in this video calls Lewis a homophobic and a transphobic moron, but yet these leftists will openly advocate for establishing Muslim theocracies in secular societies like Israel.
Yeah, or destroy them and run the Jews out entirely. Like you're hypocrites, dude.
Yeah, like Manuel. Manuel openly advocated for for deporting all Jews out of that territory.
So it belongs to Islam. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Even
Jews
the
are
Bible
just-
contradicts you. Oh, they've been replaced by the church. That's a false teaching.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, Luis, do you want to answer that question for him?
What? What you said?
So he said, what are you suggesting?
On what?
For like Zimbabwe and all that kind of stuff.
I'm saying that they're abusing people's property, their natural right to own land, even though they were born there, without the traditions which he ignored, for crimes that they did not commit because somebody like stole their land. Well, stole their land because, well, technically they discovered it when they discovered Zimbabwe. There were no, for example, Cape Town. When the Dutch settled there were no black people. Most of the black people in South Africa live in the east, the far east, with the Zulus, like over there. They countered the blacks when they expanded westward.
Interesting.
Look at these little rings on this gay rights map right now. I'm like, so Gaza, you can be put in jail in the Gaza Strip, and in like the West Bank, there's no data.
White Africans were born in Zimbabwe, they were raised in Zimbabwe, and they adopted African traditions.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see something. Yeah, back on that. Back very quickly on that topic.
Yes.
Palestine. Yeah. So just think about this, leftists. If your precious Hamas took over Israel right now, you wouldn't have this leftist, progressive, socialist paradise that you would imagine. Here's what's going to actually happen.
Jews will get wiped out.
Yeah, ethnic
I'm going to use
cleansing.
the bathroom.
Okay, say goodbye to gay rights, say goodbye to free healthcare, say goodbye to a good economy, say goodbye to secularism, say goodbye to all the wonderful technology that Israel gives us right up there with Japan. Say goodbye to all of that and say hello to the beauty of Sharia law.
Just like Wahhabist Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, because, Israel is actually quite left-wing, if you really think about it. They're just preventing Muslim theocrats from trying to take over land that does not belong to them.
You have a lot of like right-wing Zionist groups who have a lot of power, but the left has influenced the country quite a bit, though.
Most Palestinians are right-wing. That's just a fact.
Really arch.
They're right-wing in the context of American politics, but my point still stands.
Oh, we're not anti-Semitic, we're just anti-Zionist. Hypocrites. That's not even really relevant, but it still kind of applies to the whole, like, how we want to kick out all whiteys. It's the same dumb things of hypocrisy here. You think we should you think you're trying to drive, one people, they want to take their lands back, but apparently now they're apparently stealing. Fuck off. History's shown you wrong, yet you don't want to admit it. Because you're hypocrites. Countless hypocrisy. What is it? Apparently, what did Jim Jesus say about that whole? Oh yeah, about the whole. What did Jim Jesus say about like all these ideologies having idiots?
Yeah, he says like every ideology has its idiots.
Mine has it. It's called neo-Nazis. It's called neo-Nazis. They're freaking white nationalists, storm fags, neo-Nazis. They take them out. They need to go in the trash.
I mean, my face when cultural appropriation. I mean, not even gonna go there, but like.
What? Pause it. Cultural appropriation. Fuck off, dude. You're an idiot. Just fuck yourself. Yeah, and Zimbabwe imprisons fags too.
Don't you understand that these?
About Mugabe. Mugabe is like the biggest homophobe in Africa. Like, he literally calls for executing them. He literally calls for sending them all to extremely terrible prisons, and in United Nations speeches, he says Americans are all horrible people for accepting the gay disease and they're pink homo faggots.
Yeah, did he once compare gay people to vampires?
Yes. So Mugabe is like Uganda level homophobe. Uganda's almost as bad, if not worse, than Zimbabwe in terms of homophobia. Most of Africa is homophobic as shit. But you don't want to know why? It's because of far-right religious fundamentalism that the left in the West like to cherry-pick and defend. Like, they'll defend Mugabe because he's a black man fighting against an evil whitey, and they'll say that, oh, it's just a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing. It's relative. They have every right to do that. But as soon as Uganda, an extremely Christian Palinite state, decides to execute
Can you
and
explain the Palinites? Because what's the other one like? What other? You said one group like.
I said Uganda's Palinite. I was making a joke.
Oh, Palinite. Oh, like Sarah
Like Sarah
Palin. Oh, okay, like the really Levitical kind of shit. That's not even really even Christian to begin with. They're acting Jewish if they're doing that. Because Orthodox Jews have want those laws too. Orthodox Jews want those laws in Israel. They want the Levitical system back.
But it's never going to happen, hopefully. But Uganda, it still is probably one of the most homophobic countries on the planet. But because they still have a good trade policy with Western countries, and they don't kill all white people, then leftists are not going to support them. But because Mugabe hates white people, they're going to support him. They cherry-pick who's good and who's bad. And that's why you have leftists defend Iran, which is another homophobic country, in which they require gay people to get sex reassignment surgeries just so they can express their sexuality.
Or they're executed.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
Saudis just don't even care. They die no matter what. Yet they'll condemn that, but yet...
Silly Delta. It's not homophobic when blacks and Muslims hate gays.
It's only when you evil Western Christians do.
Luis, remember how in his response to you in the Holodomor video, didn't you have communists making racist comments towards you?
Well, I know it was a Nazi guy who calls me a racist and a Nazi, but I don't like. He says
That's
that.
funny.
That's weird. Like, he says he's a communist, but he has that Ukrainian fascist symbol.
Oh, the Vols, some kind of like looking. Oh, is it what the Ukrainian nationalists use? It looks like that N kind of. It's got the. It's a pagan. It's like some kind of symbol, like some kind of rune symbol.
Like, it's all like.
Yeah, I remember one of the guys saying something about you being Puerto Rican or something.
Oh yeah, that guy who says that Puerto Rico is filled with inbreds.
Oh God.
And traitors and cowards.
And cakes.
Don't even go there.
A bunch of freaking cakes and traitors.
The insane
They
asylum.
went there to oppress these other people.
For the Finnish Bolshevik and all these other leftists, it's the insane asylum run by a bunch of crackers and honkies.
Yeah, that's true.
That for, multiple generations. Just because these people were born there doesn't change anything.
Oh my God!
For your information, Finnish Bolshevik, almost every single land we've seen today have been occupied and have people who are now members of that nation!
There you go. You're dumb, dude. Does that mean all Mongolian? Does that mean that? By your logic, that means China needs to give Inner Mongolia back to Mongolia because the Chinese stole that from them. They need to give up Tibet. They need to give up East Turkestan. They need to give up Manchuria because they stole that from those people.
They also have to give up Hong Kong. And didn't Mao once conquer another racial territory during his rule?
China's conquered like all kinds of racial territories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they took part of India.
Yeah. So, yeah, you anti-imperialists. So why don't you demand that China gives back land to the territories that were conquered under Mao?
Hey guys, listen to this. Listen to this.
We're gonna
Double standard and hypocrisy. So a capitalist country goes to war, it's imperialism. A socialist country goes to war, it's liberation.
Let us not forget that if you want a good economy, you have to have war. You need to, because if you have like, for example, a country that's refusing to do trade with you, and it's literally starving your people, then military option's the only option that you have left, because you're denying people a vital resource that's necessary for their market to continue. And that's why the Iraq War was justified. Like, Saddam Hussein was denying us a vital aspect of our economy, which is a huge chunk of oil, by selling oil in euros instead of dollars. So military action, well, that's just one of the many things that morally justifies the Iraq War. But going to war for oil was, in fact, an aspect of that. I openly admit that. And that was because Saddam Hussein was hoarding oil by shitty trade policies. And that was having a negative impact on the economy. And here's the thing. If the Soviet Union were to invade Afghanistan to get oil because it's a vital resource to the Soviet economy, they would say that's liberation. But
Well, the government was already communist when the government was already communist during that war.
Yeah, and also Stalin also invaded Hungary because of oil during World War II.
Trying to run out the Arab.
There were Nazis. There were Nazis. Oh, you justify, man.
So because Saddam Hussein and like most of Iraq were Ba'athists, which is pretty much Arab National Socialism, does that mean that the Iraq War is justified by your logic? Finnish Bolshevik? Are you hearing me right now?
Yeah. Also, I just want to say one thing about that. The fact of the matter is that I believe that war is only justified in two scenarios. Well, technically three, but we won't quibble about that. When you are in need of a vital resource, like in the absence of vital resources, especially and as a bonus scenario, if there is in fact a very non-negotiable market that's heavily affecting your economy, then war and diplomatic policy cannot fix this problem, then war, for any country that's suffering these problems, have the right to. If Madagascar is able to develop its own military and it's running short of resources that they need, I believe they have every right to start their own empire and get these resources. That's a personal belief. I'll hold of mine, and I don't care what you say about that. But another time is when we have major threats to national security, and that's Soviet Policy 101. They basically said that countries like the United States are a threat to national security, so therefore we need to keep them under control of nuclear weapons. So, yeah.
Oh wait, Khrushchev is a revisionist, even though they absolutely do not know what revisionist is. It's
Hey
an
guys, I'm gonna
ideology.
be going in a couple of minutes. Do you want to go through any other part of the video that you found stupid that he said?
Wait,
No.
Hold on. Okay. Maybe after.
No,
okay.
I want you to go to the end. Go to the end. Go skip all the way to the end.
Like right here?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to make a suggestion. Okay, how about we stop now, but then maybe after Friday's shitposting or some weekend or whatnot, whenever we have free time again, we continue this. We have a part 2 to debunking this video, because we went on long enough, and we might get a response out of this. So I think we should stop now and finish this video another day.
Yeah, you guys should probably do it on a Saturday.
Yeah. So make sure you send him the link to this, because I wanted to piss him off.
Alright.
I mean, like, after shitposting on Friday, Ethan, if you don't take the break immediately after shitposting, then we'll just start part 2 of the live stream on Saturday night or something. Is that alright?
Why don't we bring it up on shitposting?
Tomorrow's shitposting.
Yeah, why don't we bring it up then? That's a really good idea.
But no, because the shitposting thing's going to be an interview of me, basically.
Not the entire shitposting.
Yeah, but a lot of it's going to be interview of me and my positions, so...
It's kind of shitposting super random usually.
So we're going to be going?
Yeah, we'll finish this live stream on Saturday. We'll see you guys later.
See you Friday, if you guys...
And we'll see you on...